Good morning and welcome to this very special episode from Clean India Journal to take stock on what is happening internationally in the cleaning industry. Of course, a lot of countries have already taken off the post-pandemic situation and are already in their businesses. Today, we have with us Hartmut Jenner, the CEO of Alfred Karcher, who is going to share his views on the international cleaning industry and how Karcher is taking off. A very good morning, Mr. Jenner, and warm welcome from India. How have you been?
Good morning. Also, warm welcome from my side.
Great. How have you been, and how has pandemic treating you all?
Yeah, of course, this is a very interesting time for all of us. My last business trip was a year ago. So since 1 year I have no business trip, only video conferences. So I'm missing my people, my customers worldwide. And I think it's to everybody, it's a very strange time, no doubt.
I would firstly like to congratulate Karcher for reporting a record turnover in 2020. Well, what has been the strategy when the entire world has been, talking about the cleaning industry struggling, and yes, Karcher is now reporting a record turnover.
I think we, in the early stage, we realized which products and which channels are the success for the year 2020. Of course, we had also our issues in the industrial business, and also in general, in the B2B business was weak. The B2C business doing well. Our company has 50-50 B2B, B2C sales, and therefore we stressed our opportunities in the B2C sector. And of course, the key issue was to have a stable supply chain, and this we could generate, this we could keep, and this was the key to success last year.
Oh, that's lovely. I think there were some logistics issues as well, which many countries reported. How it has been for you during pandemic?
Nobody can say he has no issues, no doubt. We had also issues, but our strategy since 2014-15 to have our suppliers very close to the factories and not, let's say, have the material out of China for all factories or from Asia or from East Europe. All our factories have 90% plus of their material around 100 kilometer, 150 kilometer around the factories, and therefore our supply chain was very stable. The key issue in supply chain was not the freight that much, or let's say the material. It was more to have the people on board, because we had to make special measurements that we don't have the shifts together, for example, or we lost production time, and this was more the issue than material or freight.
Oh, great. Okay. And you had announced in your February speech that the steam cleaners, which have these biocidal properties, or the hygiene products, have been well received, and there's a demand that is growing. But I'm sure you would agree that this is probably a situation where there was a demand due to the panic, how to keep a safety levels for where each property is concerned. So do you think this kind of demand for these products will continue, or what should be the actual practice that needs to be put into place in the new normal to ensure clean, safe and hygienic commercial spaces?
I think this pandemic showed that cleaning is more in the focus of the people. Cleaning was more or less a necessary evil for a lot of people. Now they realized that the pandemic background is a hygiene, a safety of cleaning issue. And I did notice, of course, forever, and we remember SARS or the bird flu. There also are pandemics or regional pandemics which was based on not having hygiene environment. And so my opinion is that this is more in the focus of the people. Especially they realized that steam is a very helpful product and instrument to keep without chemicals a hygiene atmosphere environment. Therefore, I'm sure the steam products will stay on the top of the of this issues. And the second is, I also think that in general, a hygiene situation and services will stay also. So for our business model, for the cleaning industry in general, the pandemic was a help that is more in the focus, which should be forever. Yeah, now it's in the right place, in my opinion.
Right. I think there's a lot of learning that has happened, that how you actually clean and maintain a hygienic and safe workplace. Having said that, you had earlier mentioned that your residential or the B2C line had taken off well. But do you think that this takeoff that we are experiencing in many countries will remain in the residential segment or the B2C segment?
No, I'm sure we have a special situation. We call this cocooning. This means that people stay at home. And they have time and they have money because you cannot spend it in most of the countries. They cannot spend it because no restaurants are open. You cannot travel, which usually you spend money for, and therefore we have a special situation. I think this will not stay forever, no doubt. But on the other side, the B2B sector or the industry sector will not stay so low forever. So we will have a normal situation coming up in the next months. I'm totally sure.
Right. So you are expecting a complete change in the kind of products that is going to go out into the market, or there's going to be a demand, a surge on certain products in the B2B segment?
Yeah, I think, for example, the floor care products are under severe pressure because, airports were closed or only a few people were there, schools were closed, so public buildings, which are for the BSC, our customers, their main orders, they are closed and they didn't clean. Therefore, the cleaning was not on the normal level. This will come back for sure. Hotels were closed, restaurants were closed. And we see it all over the world, that the demand in these target groups is lower than it was before. Also in the industry, because most of the industries, they had, especially the bigger industries like car industry and others, they had a 50-40% lower production level like 2019 or 18, and therefore this will change. This will come back, and therefore on the B2B industrial level, we'll have a complete new level next year, I'm sure.
Great. So coming to India, I think it's a very important market for Karcher. So what is in stock for India? Any new products likely to come in here, or what is your plans?
Yeah, so we always have a new product. We're a very innovative company. India, it's the focus for Karcher for close to 10 years. We have our own subsidiary, 300 employees. We have in a joint venture in the production side, and we are planning to invest in a production the next 2 years in India.
Lovely.
Because for us, India is a very important market, 1.4 billion people. And cleaning goes at the end along with the amount of people in a country or in an area, because more people, you have to clean more. And so India is a focus country for us, and we'll invest in India. We have a good team there. Of course, it can always be faster. Our CEOs are not happy with the speed of the development,
Right.
But at the end, I'm sure we'll make our way in India.
Right. So do you think in the new era, which we call it now, there will be a different strategy from Karcher focusing in India?
The different strategy is that we are having more local manufacturing in the future, because we need more market-specific products. India, we would concern or would call an emerging market, and emerging markets do have different behaviors in the market. Mature markets like Europe need different products, a little bit different products. You need easy products. You need, of course, not too expensive products, because the income is not as high as in Europe, and easy to explain products, easy to repair products.
Right.
And these are the strategy for India. We call this classic line.
Absolutely. And yes, one of your favorite statements that you always make, that innovation is in the genes of Karcher. So what is something new that is going to come up? Yes, you're always doing something new, but something specific that you have planned for the 2021.
Yeah, what we are doing, we are extending our battery line, our battery platform. We have already 50 products on the battery platform. We'll extend this to over 60 next year, 2021. Well, on the B2B side, we have a super product, a liquid to pellet product. This is a CO2 ice blaster. Very new product, yeah. And of course, we have a lot of products on the B2C side, especially what we realized, the whole vacuuming, wet and dry vacuuming will have a different stage. And this is a good product also for India.
You had mentioned about the ice blasting, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, so what is new? I think you had a range of ice blasting machines before.
The issue in ice blasting was that you had to have a separate machine for generating, for making the ice. Yeah, this is also a very complex process. Yeah, from gas to ice, then you moved the ice into the ice blaster, and then you are ice blasting. And now we can make an instant ice from the gas directly in the machine and can ice blast. It's a revolution.
Lovely. That's very new. I think it's in one compact unit, if I'm not wrong.
Exactly.
Excellent. That's wonderful. Okay, before we take a close here, just your message to the cleaning industry, and what are the lessons that we have learned at pandemic, if you can spell a few of them.
The business model of cleaning will be far more in the focus of the people in the future. Yeah, hygienic cleaning, pandemic, they will realize how important cleaning is for the human beings, which we always knew, but for our business model, it's great. So the cleaning industry will have a great future, I'm totally sure.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And as you said, yes, we are going to meet virtually, but I'm looking forward to meet you personally in the near future. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your time. All the best. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Ciao.
Yeah.